back to my channel, Jamie from Colors. I am Jamie. Today we're going to finish up one of our mermaids from our Fantasy Skin Tone mini-series. And if you don't know, we've done this mini-series with Fantasy Skin Tones. You can look it up. But we've taken pages out of Jasmine Beckett Griffith's Mermaid Coloring Book, and we have given them different colors of skin so that we can practice shading and, well, pretty much shading. So that you can do skin tone with whatever pencils you have, whatever color. So we've done red, blue, purple, orange, gold, and then we'll do our last one next Wednesday, which is this one, which is gray. And this is actually from Jasmine Beckett's Fantasy Art Adventure book. Both of those coloring books will be linked down below if you would like to purchase them or look at them. So this was a mother-daughter. We have got Mama, she's green, and then the baby, she's yellow. And we need to give this picture some background and their tails, their hair, their eyes. So we got a little bit of work to do on this. I actually tried to do the background on this picture one time before. I was trying to do, let's see, like I did on this picture. See those clouds? And that's kind of what I was going for, but it really wasn't working with what she has printed in the background, and so I've erased it. That's the beauty of pan pastels, is that it erases pretty good. I do have a little bit, but I think it will be fine. I don't think it'll be noticeable. So instead, we're going to take our phthalo blue shade and we're going to go across what she has printed and kind of put color behind so that make those clouds kind of stand out a little bit. Let me pull in for you. Okay, you see that? So I've done this one already. So just take an applicator and the phthalo blue shade, and we're just gonna put it right behind that cloud. Okay. Then I'm going to take a Q-tip, just a cotton swab. I'm going to blend out with that. Okay, see how that, grab a little more color. And then we can take an eraser. This is the Faber-Castell Perfection eraser, and it's an eraser in pencil form, so you can actually sharpen this and get it as sharp as you need it. And we're just gonna and it has this brush on the end of it. You can kind of do that. Okay, then we have another cloud here. So let's put some more blue around it. Okay, maybe I because we're gonna kind of fill that in with the blue. Okay, then let's take our Q-tip again and blend out. Okay, then we have kind of a bigger area there. We can actually take a cotton round, fold it up, just get a little bit on there. Don't need much. Put it in there. I'm gonna take this now that there's like nothing left on here. Kind of pull it up. Oh goodness. Okay, then let's come over and do this side. So that cloud comes over here. Barely touching the paper with the applicator. Don't worry if you get it on her hair strand, you can always erase it. Just kind of dot some in there. And take the Q-tip and blend it out as best we can with the Q-tip. Okay, you can't see it probably, but there's a little line right here. So we're going to go there to kind of finish up that cloud. Okay, we're just going to take some more and just darken up some areas. Okay, then let's grab our eraser and just clean up a few spots. Okay. Okay, for the water is a reflection of the sky. So I would like some of this color down in the water. We're gonna let's grab the lightest one, Phthalo Blue Tint. And let's kind of start in these lines that they have. Remember, you can erase. I do have some of that darker color on the applicator from before, so. And then let's get kind of in here, kind of wherever they have some ripples, some texture. I'm gonna kind of put this in there. Okay. Then let's take a little bit of the phthalo blue and let's I'm going to try to make my strokes kind of horizontal. Water reflects, and water also is darker where it is deeper. Reflects on what's going on at the sky. It also reflects what's going on underneath it. And so you don't need a even layer of color. You can play with it and put that color how you want it. Let's come over here. Let's grab a little of our light. And let's grab a little of our phthalo shade. Barely touch the paper. I don't want this to get too dark, but I do want a little more color down here. Okay, just finish up anything else you want, any more color you want, and then we'll move on. Okay, I just got these clean color real brush markers in the mail. I just got 80 of them. I had a couple before and I decided to get a few more so I could play with them more. And I'm really liking them. I've done a few pictures with them this weekend. And I thought we would use them on the tails just to put a base coat down. You could use Tombow markers, you could use pencil, or super tip markers. This is a yellow-green, and these are a watercolor marker, so you can blend them with water if you wish, or you can also use a water brush and lighten them up. Right now I'm just going to use them as they are. So they have a real brush tip, so it's fibers, which allows you to move and manipulate it however you want. You see that it's anyways. So put that base coat. Just like that. And then I think let's make a clean water brush here. Let's do her tail. I'm going to put a little color right here at the end, or inside. And then I'm going to take a water brush and pull that color out so that it's lighter. That. Right there near the, just pull it out with the water brush. And we'll let that dry. I won't touch it again until it's dry. Okay, we'll do the same thing over here. Yeah. So you can kind of play with those watercolor markers like that. So I just got these. I did a couple of pictures with them. Grab them and I'll show you while that dries. My desk is super dirty right now and I need to change the paper on it or something, but I ran out of white paper and I don't know, I haven't decided what I'm gonna do. So this is Nightfall by Maria Troll, and I just want to show you those pictures that I did with those clean color markers, just playing with them. So those, here are those. So I think they're just kind of fun to work with. They blend really well together, and then you can use the water brush to lighten anything. So, and they're fun. Here's our picture so far. Let's do the mama's tail. Okay. So I'm going to use pale green to get her tail. Ooh. Baby's tail is still a little wet. Be careful around it. They do have a smaller tip than the Tombow, so it takes a little more to fill a space if you're using them by themselves. And they're watercolors, so they're going to have a watercolor look when they dry. They aren't. But we're going to go over them with some pencil, which I haven't really tried yet. So I'm kind of excited to see that. Okay. I do her tail the same way I did the babies. Add that to bottom and then spread that out with the water brush. It just gives the tips a little color, but definitely lighter. Okay, so that baby's about dry, you can see. And that mom's tail was harder to cover with the marker, just that it's so small and that tail area is quite a bit. But we're going to go over it with pencil, so it's okay. It's a little streaky right now, but okay. Well, I think actually I'm going to use this same marker and do here her shells, and then that you could do skin. I think I'm going to do it the same color as her tail. I don't know. Make her a little more modest, I guess. Okay, and then we'll use same color we did on her shell or her tail to do her shell there. Okay, we'll let those dry. Okay, the baby's tail's pretty dry, so I've grabbed all the pencil colors that I used on both of their skin. I thought they would probably work to shade their tails. So let's grab a little yellow ochre. And let's put a little bit of that shadow in there. And then we've got these circles. Let's kind of shadow around some of the circles. We're just adding texture. I'm going to keep kind of this side of her tail a little lighter, I think. And work around some of the dots. Putting some shadow in, some shading. Just bringing out some of the texture in her tail. You can take as much time as you want, or you can just kind of scribble and whatever you want. Okay, then let's take a little canary yellow, kind of put it in a few places, maybe in this area that we wanted to keep highlighted a little bit, just a little warmth to it. Okay. And let's put this at the base of her tail as well, those fins. Awesome. Oh, there goes my mailman. Alright, let's take a white Posca paint pen and let's just put a dot in some of these. This paint pen might be about empty. Let me just see if I have another one. This baby's so small. Not a lot of detail. Looks like it's time to order some more. Okay, there we go. Let's try this one. Okay, so we're just going to put a dot of white in some of these circles on her tail. Kind of give it a little bit of a highlight, lighten it up in that area. Okay. I'll add a little more texture, dimension. Fine. Okay. We'll let that dry. Alright, while we're here, let's do her mouth and eyes. So let's take a little deco yellow and kind of fill in her lips. And then let's take yellow ochre and kind of do edges. And then kind of fill it in again with that deco yellow. Don't have much for a mouth there, just a little bit. Okay, then let's take yellow ochre and we're going to do some lines in her eyes. Kind of make dense lines near her eyelashes. And then as they come, kind of make the lines further apart. It appears that the eye is shaded and darker up by her eyelashes and then lighter. Ooh, those are some kind of spooky eyes. This is canary yellow. I'm adding a little canary yellow. Okay. And then let's take a black Posca paint pen and put in the pupil of her eye. Hopefully that will help her not look so creepy. Yeah, that helped. Okay. Let that dry and let's come up to the mama. Let's lay down some pale sage. I just put my hand in white paint. That was good. Okay. Let's put some pale sage there on her mouth. And then let's take green. I'm going to darken up her edge of her mouth. Let's go under her bottom lip, or her upper lip there. There. Okay. They're not. And then let's take the sap green light, blend it out a little bit. And then we'll take that pale sage and just give it a good once over with that. Okay. Okay, then let's do her eyes. Let's take the marine green. Put some lines in. Okay. Okay, then let's add some Kelly green. And then let's grab a little oak, or this is jasmine. Let's try putting some jasmine in there. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, then let's take our black Posca paint pen and put in her pupil. Okay, and now that this one has dried down here, let's take a white Posca paint pen and let's add in some highlights into her eye. Like that. Okay, let's take some pencils into her tail. So let's start with the marine green. And let's put some of that in the shadow areas. Just light pressure. Okay, and let's grab a little Kelly green, blend that out a little bit. And add a little more brightness to that marine green. There we go. Grab a little pale sage to finish blending that out a little bit. Awesome. Okay, then we have her tail. Let's take some Kelly green and we'll kind of go in. So we want to kind of make, let's see, we want maybe this area to be a little lighter this time. So let's This tail's quite a bit bigger than the baby tail, so we want to take a little more time on it. Going around some of those circles. Okay, now we're going to take the sap green light and kind of go over here, blend in a little bit. I think we might want to add a little yellow to that side. Just adding this in here and there to help blend things in together. Nice. Okay. I'm going to take a little pale sage into her tail, just there at the where the fin meets the rest of the tail. There we go. Okay, let's grab a little deco yellow and let's just try adding a little into here. It's looking a little brighter on my monitor than it is on my paper. Okay. Then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take the Posca Paint pen and add in just some dots inside those circles. Okay, then let's add her highlights in her eyes. Okay, like that. Okay, then let's do, I think all we have left is their hair and then some finishing touches. Add a little bit. I really like her tail better than I like her tail. But I like, there you go, okay, okay. But I like the color of hers better, I just think it's really pretty. Okay. So hair, we can stick to our greens and yellows, or we could go with brown or blonde. We do have some, goodness, I have a headache. Okay, they do have some circles in their hair, some bobs. Let's do that the same color as their tail. So here's the pale green. We're gonna put that. These pens or markers are good for little areas. I don't like them as well for big areas, but for the little tiny areas, they're great. Okay, and then let's do, yeah, that's pretty. Then let's do the yellow green over here. Okay. Let's grab a little pale pink to do this starfish or little star there. Okay. Trying to decide how I want to do their hair. Alright, let's take a little yellow ochre. We're going to come right down the center here of her hairline. Okay, blend it out. Okay. And let's take, that just kind of fills in some skin color there, and then we can work on their hair. Let's take the sap green light, kind of do the same thing down their part. I'm almost thinking like a gray, whitish, silver hair. On both of them. Because I really do kind of like that contrast of that white against her skin color. Okay, let's finish up their tails, and then let's do some finishing touches on their tails, and then I will come back later tonight and do their hair. Of course, won't be any time lapse for you, but it will be for me. I think that would be helpful for me. Okay, I've grabbed some stickles. This is a gold stickle. I don't know if it has a name or not. Glitter glue. I don't see one. But it's got gold glitter and it's a glue. We're gonna put it on her tail, just in a few spots. So I'm just gonna kind of dot it on. A few spots. Then I'm going to take my finger, just kind of press them down a little bit. Kind of spread it. And that just kind of gives it a shine. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same thing here. I'm just kind of dot it on a few places. My finger to tap it on. Okay, it just kind of gives it a nice gold sparkle. Alright, I am back. I'm ready to do the hair. I went ahead and experimented and did the hair on the baby, Little Mermaid, and we're going to do the same thing on the mom. For me, it's the next day. I ended up with a horrible headache and ended up just having to chill, rest, get over it. So, yeah, so it's been a day, but I'm ready to do her hair. So I have pulled 3 pencils that we haven't used yet, and that is Espresso, $10.99, 30% Warm Gray, $10.52, and 10% Warm Gray, $10.50. So we're going to start with the Espresso and put in some low lights, some shadows. And you just kind of want to, in any of those like kind of triangle spots, anywhere where it's kind of, the hair is coming out of a crease, or it's behind, coming out from behind something, we want to put some of this espresso. I'm just doing like strokes. I really liked the lightness of her hair against all the blues and greens, so I didn't want to change it too much. So we're going to go with a kind of a grayish, whitish color for her hair. We have a lot of warm tones in this picture. Well, yes, I mean that. So you have on your color wheel, people will look at it and say the red and the orange and yellow are the warm colors, and the blue, green, and purple are the cool colors. But in reality, and another way to look at it is that each color has a warm side and a cool side. And so if a color, so take blue, phthalo blue is a blue that leans towards green. And so that makes it a warmer blue, whereas ultramarine is a blue that leans closer to purple, and so that makes it a cooler blue. And so we used phthalo blue, so that's a warm green, a green or a warm blue, and then a green that leans towards yellow, which a lot of these greens do lean towards yellow. They're also considered a warm green, whereas a green that leans towards blue would be a cooler green. And so we have some warmth. We have a warm green, warm blues, yellow, and so we chose a warm gray to put in her hair. It just helps it stay cohesive. Excuse me. Tummy's jumping. All right, so out behind that seashell a little bit. Okay, then we want to come up and come from the roots of her hair. In order for me to do that comfortably, I'm going to turn my page. So anytime you can turn your book, turn your page to make your strokes easier, you should do it. A lot of times I try to keep my page fairly straight and not move it around too much, just so that you have a easier viewing of me doing the work, so that my hand doesn't get in the way too much, or it's not moving all over the place. It's easier for you to watch. But in reality, in real life, I move my paper around a lot to get the angle that I want to put down, to have the most comfortable time laying down the color the way I want to. That makes sense. I'm going to keep a fairly sharp point when you're doing this. I like luminance pencils for hair because they keep a better point, but they're expensive. And so I don't pull them out often when I'm coloring for you. I don't want you to feel like you need to go get those pencils, because they are, you can do it with cheaper pencils. You don't need to spend that kind of money, unless you want to, if your budget allows for it. Okay, So okay, let's go to our 30% warm gray, and we're just going to flick out from the espresso we've already put down. So we're just going to start in the espresso and flick out a little bit further than we did with the espresso. I'm just starting, putting my pencil in that espresso and then just flicking out. And so when I end the stroke, my pencil is no longer touching the paper. So I start with it in the espresso, I pull the color and flick up. Okay, then we want to take our 10%, we're going to do the same thing and just kind of start, we just want to blend it together a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. We still want to go in the direction that the hair is flowing. Just kind of filling in the extra spots, but just keeping that direction going. We want to follow the hair. Okay, looks fairly good. So then let's take the Posca white paint pen, or you can use a white gel pen. The Uniball gel pen is a good one. I need to order another one of those. Mine is out of ink. So I'm gonna use this Posca. I'm gonna turn my page a little bit, and I'm just gonna add some white in a few spots. I want to make sure I keep direction going the same. I'm just adding some white back in. This is fun, like you can take it out a little bit if you want to. If you want to add another piece of hair that falls somewhere else, you can add that with this. If you want a flyaway hair or or you can keep it right in where the color book artist in this point. And this, where Jasmine kept her lines, you can keep it in there. But we're just kind of adding some hairlines, adding some white back in. Okay, that looks really nice. Now we don't want to forget her eyebrows, so let's grab the 30% and let's just kind of give her a little bit of color in those eyebrows. And our little one too. Alright, if you want to add any more highlights anywhere with that white pen, you can do that. If you want to add one on her nose or one on her mouth. Feel like it's too strong, just tap it a little bit. Okay. Pull out so you can see my messy desk here. Alright, I think she looks great. Now we did go outside of the line there, so you can either erase it or just grab a paper cutter . Cut it off. Didn't quite get lined up where I wanted it to. Okay. So get it all trimmed up. Looks good. We'll flip her over. Take a little, this is Aleene's. It's like the tacky glue, Aleene's tacky glue, but this is in a roller form. So I'll just roll it onto the edges. Take my black piece of paper. This is just a 12 by 12 piece of black paper. Line it up so I think it looks good. And press it on there. There. Now she's ready to stick in my binder. So, there we go. You can see she kind of sparkles, that tail sparkles. I put a little glitter on the big tail as well. I think she looks great. Alright, well thank you for spending some time with me and getting this page finished. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever I post, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!